All right, how are we all doing this afternoon? Good? Yes? Excellent. Thanks very much, John. So yes, it's a fact. HDR production is rapidly gaining momentum. And John covered some great examples of HDR on a grand scale. But we realize not everyone has that type of budget or need. Sony has a long history of delivering cameras capable of producing stunning HDR imagery. Taking this a step further, Sony has implemented Instant HDR on select Pro camcorders. Instant HDR bakes hybrid log gamma directly onto the recording and the live signal output. This lets professionals instantly achieve HDR imagery that's immediately ready for delivery without having to go through a time-consuming grading or a conversion process. We're also staying ahead of the industry demand for HDR by upgrading many of our newest models. For example, our popular Z450 is now even more flexible through a recent firmware upgrade for HDR support. Let's take a look at the video. Okay, so what you're looking at here is HDR imagery shot by the Z450 in HLG live mode, hybrid log gamma. Spectacular, wasn't it? So what's the goal of all of this production? To ultimately deliver the best possible home viewing experience. That's why some of our newest 4K Bravia televisions all support high dynamic range. And you can see these sets right here in our NAB exhibit. Of course, it wouldn't be NAB without new cameras, right? You guys want to see some new cameras? Yes? All right. So Sony is unique in that we can leverage cutting-edge technologies developed for our other markets and build those into our professional models to benefit customers. So joining the lineup are two new handheld 4K 3-chip camcorders capable of 60p shooting. So here with me today on stage, I'd like to bring these up. Thank you very much, Alison. As an exclusive just for you guys here at NAB are two new camcorders, the PXW-Z280 and PXW-Z190. And I'm going to pause here so you guys can take some pictures. You can always Photoshop me out later. The cameras are much better looking than I am, right? Okay. So both offer advanced face detection, autofocus, and smartphone remote capabilities. Two features popular in our state-of-the-art consumer cameras, which are very relevant to professionals. In addition, both offer support for high dynamic range and Sony's unique and very popular electronic variable ND filter. This powerful capability varies the density of the ND filter during shooting while maintaining resolution and depth of field. So exit the cameras. Thank you very much, Alison. Thank you. So let's take a look at some footage shot by the Z280. You can really see the detail and texture in the footage. So the Z280 is the world's first handheld 4K 3-chip camcorder, boasting 3 half-inch Exmor-R CMOS sensors, offering exceptional dynamic range and a very deep depth of field. The built-in lens has a 17 times optical zoom with a long focal length. And in addition, 4K 422 10-bit delivers high-quality internal recording. The camera also supports our Instant HDR workflow, or S-Log3. And other highlights include networking features for that always critical direct-to-air workflows. Okay, so to complement the Z280 is the Z190. It's a 3-chip, 1/3 inch model, adding a 25 times optical zoom lens. Here she is. So these two models offer tremendous image capture flexibility, literally in the palm of your hand. Okay, so moving on to our FS5. As you all know, our FS5 is a cornerstone of our Pro camcorder lineup, seeing heavy action on a range of very diverse productions. We're complementing this workhorse with a new addition, again, exclusively for you guys here today at NAB, the FS5 Mark II, which adds key features as standard as a result of end-user feedback. So thanks to new color science and a refined picture tonality, resulting in beautiful skin tone rendition with a soft filmic look. Other features include various high frame rate modes, raw output, and the extremely popular variable ND with auto ND functionality. Okay, so at the start of our event today, you saw incredibly powerful imagery shot by our new Venice camera. This next-gen Cinealta system began shipping just 2 months ago, and it's already really well accepted by filmmakers, owner-operators, production companies, and rental houses. So professionals who use Venice are impressed by its filmic image quality, its design, its ergonomics, and its workflow. So on that, let's hear from one cinematographer, Sid Seidel ASC, who is now shooting a pilot on Venice.
The newer technology of the Sony Venice camera has made working on set easier for me. I'm able to rely on it more for accomplishing what I need to have done. Obviously, coming to a new show, a pilot with a brand new camera, was a bit of a risk, but the preliminary testing that I had done with the camera said to me that it was the right tool for the right job. I've been extremely pleased with everything that it's done. We have put it through its paces. It's been in the rain, it's been in the humidity, it's been in the heat. It's performed flawlessly. The Sony Venice renders its images closer to what I see with my eye, more accurately representing the colors that I want and more accurately representing the exposures that I'm looking for. The colors that I'm photographing are actually being captured the same way. Tones, tonality, exposure value is spot on to what I'm looking for. I've been pleasantly surprised with this camera. I could not be happier with the advancements that Sony has made in making the Venice camera. If given an opportunity, would not be a question. I'd be happy to use the Venice camera again.
All right, Sid Seidel, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, Sid will be here tomorrow on our stage at 1 o'clock for our Venice presentation, where I'll be interviewing him and talking in more detail about how he's been using the camera. So he's not alone. Venice credits also include a national commercial spot for a major beverage brand, music videos, television productions, and of course, feature films. And it's shooting a few pilots for Netflix. Speaking of Netflix, Venice is approved for all Netflix 4K productions, and this includes in full frame and Super 35 modes. In addition, Venice is a very cost-effective production tool, especially when used with our highly efficient 16-bit XOCN recording format. And I want to emphasize here, ladies and gentlemen, 16-bit recording format. Sony is known for protecting customers' technology investments for the long term by continually releasing upgrades that enable new and powerful features, and Venice is no exception. Here at NAB, again as another exclusive, we are previewing upcoming features including variable frame rate and dual-based ISO 2500 mode. This is a really powerful feature of the camera, and we'd like to show you a quick video here of its capabilities. So this footage was shot in the evening with the new dual-based ISO 2500 mode, which maintains exceptional shadow detail and highlight detail while maintaining +6 stops above and 9 stops below of latitude, resulting in over 15 stops of dynamic range with exceptional low light performance, all without increasing noise. So these shots here were as courtesy of Bertoni Visuals with Pursuit Aviation. We thank them very much for their contribution in shooting this footage using a shot over rig on the helicopter. So you can see we can maintain exceptional highlight and low light detail at 2500 ISO mode. And this is in 6K in full frame, shot with the Venice. Okay, so now for some breaking news on Venice. We've been working really hard with a number of our third-party partners, and we've been developing extended functionality beyond the camera. Now that 4K live production is a mainstay, as we all know, it's critical to get 4K content from the camera to the truck. Multidyne, the new Multidyne Silverback 5 fiber module is designed to match the Venice. Key advantages are ergonomics, form factor, with support of 3G now, and future support for 12G, including converting quad-link to and from 12G SDI and dual-link 6G. And with the Venice Silverback 5 combination, customers can realize 6K or 4K on-camera recording and at the same time 4K live signal output via fiber via this product. So our next Venice partner we'd like to announce today is Teradek. As many of you know, Teradek is pretty much the de facto standard for on-set wireless video transmission. And the new Teradek Bolt wireless video transmitter seamlessly integrates with the Venice, eliminating video and power cables. Thank you very much, Alison. I have the mock-up here in my hands that I'd like to show you. And it will seamlessly dock to the Venice camera body as such. Now it's just a mock-up obviously, so I have to hold it in place. This is not how it's really going to work when you use it on location. So the Venice Bolt module passes data through the Venice internal signal path to the R7 recorder if you're using it, so we can capture RAW and XOCN without having the need for cables. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Alison. So stay tuned for more exciting Venice news in the coming months. All right, now, we're really proud to give you an exclusive preview of our latest cutting-edge imaging technology. At Sony, we're always pushing the boundaries of what's possible, especially in digital imaging. Our latest result is the world's first 3-chip 8K by 4K imaging system for live production. The UHC 8300 produces the world's best images. And we're not just saying that. The proof is in the pudding, and you're about to see it. It provides the ultimate in high-resolution footage with deep depth of field and extraordinarily wide dynamic range, making it the perfect live production for high dynamic range. What you'll see next is unprecedented 8K, 120p, high dynamic range imagery never seen before on this spectacular display. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy. All right, well, we hope you enjoyed that. That's certainly a dramatic way to end our event, right? All right. So we invite you to tour our booth. We have technology experts available to answer any and all of your questions. You're surrounded by cutting-edge technology everywhere in the Sony booth. So please do explore and have a good look around and ask any questions you like. Thank you for your time today. We really appreciate you coming. Have a great NAB. Take care.